I heard something, but I don't see anything. So he could, no. Why did I hear a beep? Did you hear that beep?
No, I did not.
Okay, that could be Dr. Fuhrman. Okay, guys, it looks like we're streaming live because I heard the beep and I thought, oh, maybe that's Dr. Fuhrman joining us right now. But I'll keep an eye out for him. He is on Eastern, he's on Pacific time now. And so he is adjusting and getting ready to come on to the classroom in a little bit. But I thought, oh, am I not streaming, Robert? Hey, Dr. Fuhrman.
You are live streaming now.
It doesn't say I am.
It is. I see you.
Oh, you see me. Dr. Fuhrman, so nice to see you.
I made it.
You made it. You are like a wizard. You are a wizard. Okay, hold on a second. So I am excited that you're on. There we go. Because I know everybody's excited that you're on. This is always the highlight of the month when Dr. Joel Fuhrman is on. Hold on a second. Okay, so today we're going to talk about emergency weight loss. Call the doctor. There's an emergency. We need to have some weight loss. So let me turn on my recorder so that we can talk about this emergency weight loss with Dr. Joel Fuhrman today. So fasten your seatbelt. We're going to learn and grow together. Here we go.
The Lillian McDermott Show.
We love, we fear, bridges we burn, we make mistakes, then we live and learn. When life gets tough, and it seems like your best ain't good enough. If you're in need of hope, you know where I'll be right here, right here. And when you need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here, waiting for
you. This is the place you can always turn to when you need a friend. The Lillian McDermott Show. To reach out to Lillian, visit her on the web at whenyouneedafriend.com. Now let's all learn together. Here's Lillian McDermott.
Hello, my listening and viewing friends. It's so nice we can meet each other on the air on this beautiful best day ever. And for those of you who are new to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show / classroom, please know I've been waiting for you. This is a safe place where you can go to when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide alternative ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening, as well as my viewing friends, will feel empowered to embrace a new truth and live the life of your dreams. Now, as you know, we have been talking about doing a juice cleanse, a fast. You know, last year I did a water fast. This year, we're going to do a juice cleanse. So I started thinking, WWJD, what would Joel do? So we reached out to Dr. Fuhrman and I said, well, would you teach us a little bit more about fasting? And he said, not just that, I'm going to one-up it. We're going to do an emergency diet. We're going to do the T20 emergency diet program, which, by the way, we're giving 4 of those away today. So you need to claim it below and you need to email me or text me at 407-373. So it takes 2 steps. Claim it below and text me. Okay, so there's a weight loss boot camp that Dr. Fuhrman wants to tell us about, as well as help us with this juice cleanse and water fast. And so since it's our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge, I am grateful that Dr. Fuhrman is in the classroom. Thank you, Dr. Fuhrman, for coming on with such short notice.
Sounds good. Always a pleasure to be here.
We have like the most nail-biting moments with you, Dr. Fuhrman.
Yeah, well, it's confusing because my calendar said 5 o'clock and it's 2 o'clock here in San Diego. So
yes, now that you're a Pacific timer, you forget about us little people over the East Coast. Well, let's talk about this wonderful program that you're doing. Let's start off with that because I want people to claim it, declare it, and make it what they want. 407-373-5959. We're going to take your names and we're going to put it in a basket and we will pick 4 names. So everybody has an opportunity. 4 names. So Dr. Fuhrman, tell us about how this is all coming about and why did you decide to do an emergency boot camp?
Right. Yeah, I have coming up in August. I think it's August 10th to 14th.
Yep.
We have a 4-day session with cooking classes and my lecturing and some exercise classes and food addiction counseling, going into an intensive period of time so people have a weight loss.
Uh-oh.
With this COVID epidemic, that people know that if they're overweight, they're at high risk of death. But so throughout my whole career, I've been faced with a lot of people who have been faced in emergency situations who were having heart disease or uncontrollable diabetes, uncontrollable blood pressure, a heart attack about to happen, facing surgery, where people came to me in very bad condition, in high risk conditions. And I had to get, 20 pounds off them really quickly or get them to a safer state. So I customly designed these emergency weight loss programs for them. And even, it's funny because even today at my retreat, one of the guests who's leaving this week told me she lost 90 pounds in the last 3.5 months. 90
Wow.
pounds, right. So when she was here, she lost the 3 months, she lost 80 pounds, but she lost 10 pounds before she got here. So she's dropped 90 pounds. She's almost going to be 100 pounds in 4 months. And then another man who's coming here, driving in every day to pick up food because he stayed here for 3 months and he lives.
I met him.
You met Rich?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's near the 100 pounds mark and it's only been 5 months. He also lost like 80, 90 pounds in 3 months or something. Well, it's just amazing how, and it's amazing. You can't even recognize these people. But in any case, so I'm doing this emergency weight loss because so many people, number one, they need motivation. They lose a little bit of weight, but they really got to get their weight down and do something more aggressively. And then they learn this program, they get the skeleton, they get the repetition involved, and they know how to do it. And they feel like they have the power now because they know how to modulate their weight. They know what to eat. They can eat more of this and less of that, and they can tweak this up with more eggplant, with more cauliflower, with more frozen artichokes, with more. They can just dial their weight loss to wherever they want it to be, and by knowing these skills. And I really wanted to teach them how I do this, so people can put it into action, because there's so many people there really need to drop a lot of weight. And so, for people who have trouble losing weight or people who have a lot of weight to lose, I'm setting this boot camp up August 10th to 14th, and accompanied with that boot camp is a $500 weight loss challenge contest. It means you lose 5 BMI points, which is about 30 pounds, and you keep it off for 6 months, and we give you a $500 gift certificate.
That is amazing. That is a great motivation. But are you going to do if everybody who gets down to 5 BMI, are you giving that challenge, or that you're going to giving the $500 to everybody who does that?
So for 100 people, that's right. It's not picking from a hat. It's everybody who loses the weight is going to get the money.
That is awesome.
So that means that this program may cost me a lot of money. I may be spending like $50,000 and giving people work there. But
so are you
just
limiting?
think of the love that will be spread, and the health that will be spread in this COVID epidemic. Even if I'd like to lose money on this, you know what I mean? It may lose money, but I want to lose money, because the more money I lose from death by dropping that weight, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That's wonderful, Dr. Fuhrman. So, this starts on August 10th to the 14th. Right. If you want to look into what is the cost, Dr. Fuhrman?
I think it's $280, something around.
I thought it was I thought I had it here, but I don't see it. I don't see it on mine. But
I could look up on my website. But if they go to Dr. Fuhrman.
They go to whenyouneedafriend.com. They go to the shop now, so that when they sign up, it helps out the classroom. That's a way for you to help out the classroom, is to go to my shop now bag at whenyouneedafriend.com and then click on there. But I believe it's like $299. Robert, can you check that out real quick?
Oh, here's my wife just walked in. She'll know. How much is a boot camp? $290. How much does a boot camp cost? She's
Tell her I said hi. Tell her I said hi.
Please, okay. Please,
Okay, hold on one second.
Okay, Robert, check it out. Check it out.
radio show.
Oh, he's on a radio show.
This is fun, Dr. Fuhrman. This is fun. Where's Petey?
He was stolen by my daughter Talia. They developed these like love affair with each other. She would take him out for walks and carry him up in the mountains, and so he wanted to sleep in her bed because she was visiting us in San Diego. So then he would jump out of our bed and try to keep getting to her and hide under her bed and be with her all the time. So now that I'm waiting for our house to be finished and she can't stay with us, obviously she's back in her apartment. He's with her in her condo.
I thought you said he was stolen, but she stole him. That's good. It stayed in the family.
It's an illicit love affair that we did not approve of, but they.
That's funny. That is funny. You made my heart stop there for a second because Petey is very special. He's the most famous Fuhrman dog there is. But anyway, so this is August 10th through the 14th. Go to whenyouneedafriend.com, the shopping bag, click onto the boot camp. If you click on the boot camp, it'll give you all the information there. But whatever it costs you, it will be free if you get to 5 BMI points, which means 30 pounds. You'll get $500 gift certificate to what?
To drfuhrman.com, to our website.
To drfuhrman.com.
Whatever, yeah, right.
And you can also find the food of Dr. Fuhrman in the Shop Now bag. You can click on that and check out all the delicious food. Let me tell you, his bars, his chocolate bars, and all his little bars, like the little snack bars that he had, that saved me on my trip from one day. I was like all day out and I didn't have anything. And I looked in my bag and there was one of your bars, Dr. Fuhrman. It had been there like a couple months and it was the most delicious thing. So I just made sure that the food, like if you want to check out the food, at least it is nutritarian approved. So
they get the emergency weight loss book that they're getting, that we're talking about today. They get that book, of course, as part of the program.
That's right. So it includes the book, the T20 emergency diet program. So is that are you giving them all the recipes and everything there? Because I don't have
all the meal plans, all the recipes, all the shopping lists, all the techniques, all the tips, all the tricks, the whole structure is all written out for them. They don't have to think about what to buy, what to eat, they don't know everything to buy every time they go to the store once, on the first day, what to buy for the first week's food, but to have their list to check off in the supermarket what they have to get.
That's really exciting, Dr. Fuhrman. And so you're going to be spending how long? Okay, because you're doing this boot camp. This is, I assume this is going to be on Zoom or on virtual?
Yes, on Zoom, right.
Okay, so it's virtual. So this is open to everybody around the world, first of all. Second of all, is there going to be a time where they can be with you in those days?
Yes, there's a time where they're spending time with me live, and then they can always access that if they want to review it again. That's saved. And then they also have forums where they're discussing things. They're working with my counselors as well. And there's actually, when they continue the contest, there's actually continuity for 6 months where they have to submit the pictures and their weight of their photos for 6 months. So there's some continuity there, but they actually have, a Facebook group, and there's a whole, and they get website memberships. So the whole thing about keeping close contact with them and having this community work together as a group to all lose weight together.
You know what? There's strength in numbers. That's wonderful that community will be there and established because you'll all be working together. You won't be working against each other because everybody wins. Everybody wins. And so will you. Just make sure that if you want to claim the book and you want to say, okay, I want a copy of the emergency diet program, the T20, claim it below and text me at 407-373-5959. That's 407-373-5959. And once you text it, you will be put into the winner's basket. 4 names will be picked. Okay, Dr. Fuhrman, we'll go back to that and we'll talk a little bit more about it. But we're going to be doing a juice cleanse starting in August. It's August 7th, I believe, that we're going to start our juice cleanse. So let's talk a little bit about the juice cleanse and what are some of the differences when I'm sure that you have lots of recipes for juices because in the transformation series that you do, the T Transformation or the Transformation 20 series that you do, you have lots of juices. But is this something that you recommend, a juice fast or a cleanse to do some rapid weight loss? Or is that something that you do once people get to the weight they want?
No, when people sometimes join this program, they sometimes have medical conditions that may be autoimmune conditions or allergy conditions, asthmatic conditions, or other pro-inflammatory conditions.
Oh, we're losing you again, Dr. Fuhrman.
They
I don't know if
have some other, there's usually some issue they're coming here because and because of that, we want to bring their level of nutrients and antioxidants up in their body more rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
So by adding the juices, and we usually give them a juice in the morning and a juice at night with a light lunch. By giving them the juices, I can get more vegetable derived antioxidants in their tissues and their cells faster than just having them eat the food.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really doing the juices in addition to the food. They're chewing a salad, they're having a vegetable bean soup, they're having some cooked vegetables at night. They're not just doing juices, but we're adding juices on top of their diet, because if I've measured their nutrients, the carotenoid scores, as a measurement of antioxidants, then I find that by adding the juices, I can get them antioxidants higher up in their tissues faster in a few months, rather than take 6, they have cancer. I don't want to wait 6 months to get their antioxidants levels that mine are. I could measure mine and measure theirs. Theirs are 20, 30, and mine are 100. So I want 100,000, there's a 30,000. I want to get them up to 70,000 as fast as I can. By adding the juices, I get them up there quicker, and they're going to have more anti-cancer effects, more anti-inflammatory effects, more anti-allergy effects, and more. So I'm treating them therapeutically to reverse disease, and I can do it quicker by getting the juices added to the food at the beginning stages. So I may take a juice, 3 days a week. I have a glass of vegetable juice just to, because it's good, good healthy thing to do. But I'm not really doing a constant juices 2 or 3 times a day, like some program I have when they come in here, because they have some serious illnesses I'm trying to address, and that can help me address it quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is the difference then between a juice and a smoothie when it comes to absorption and being healthier?
Well, a smoothie is like a blended salad. We're doing a smoothie where we put the whole fruit or the whole greens and the spinach and the kale and nuts in there. And it's, maybe you get a little unsweetened soy milk. It comes to a puree. It is the smoothie, because the fiber is still there, is more filling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually, but that means because it's more filling, it's also good and going to help bring the nutrients up. It's a way they can get them to eat more greens. But I can put romaine and kale and Boston lettuce and peppers and carrot juice or tomato, beet juice. I can get them to eat more articles of food in the juice than I could in the smoothie, because without the fiber, I get them to take more of the liquid in, so I can get their level. If they're really low in nutrients, by adding the juice, you can't do more than one smoothie anyway. So I can actually get their nutrients, more variety of food, better in the juice than can in the smoothie. Both have their role, and both can be a wholesome thing to do. But when we have the person, let's say with RA, rheumatoid arthritis, colitis, or some kind of condition, I'm using juicing, and I'm using the 2 juices, or cancer, I'm using 2 juices a day, and maybe in addition to the juices, because I want to get those levels of nutrients really high as quick as I can.
So Dr. Fuhrman, you keep kind of freezing, and I don't know if you have other open windows, if you have other windows open.
No, if I'm freezing, it's because it's cold here in this room.
You're so funny. You're so funny, Dr. Fuhrman.
But you know what I'll do? Let me move into the main house. I'm in the
give everybody a little tour. This is the most beautiful retreat.
I'm going to move closer to the house. I think it'll be a better signal.
Well, you sound better too right now.
Yeah, I'm going. Show
them your backyard. Show them your backyard, Dr. Fuhrman.
Flip this around so they can see going to the pool. If you lose me here, I got to stay close to the house.
Yeah, don't go too far.
Okay, I got to get. I lost where's the thing? Hold on a second.
No, you'll find me out. You can still hear me, right? Oh, we lost you, Dr. Fuhrman. See, we don't rehearse anything here. This is just live. You're getting to peek into our conversation. So okay, there you go. You're back, Dr. Fuhrman.
Can you see me or not?
I can see you.
You can. I lost your.
That's okay. You'll be able to, once you establish yourself, you'll be able to go back. See, this is the fun part of the live stuff, and you guys get to be
Going-
part of that.
Walking with my.
So while you're doing that, Dr. Fuhrman, I am just going to encourage all of you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com and
Can you see the backyard?
no, not, oh yes. You see, look at that. It's so beautiful.
You can see that. I can't see anything.
That's okay. Well, once you get settled, you can hear me, right?
I can hear. I think I should shut down and come back on because I'm losing I don't have any.
No,
screen
we
anymore.
can hear you. It's just hidden. It's just hidden, Dr. Fuhrman. Oh yeah, but it's so beautiful. I was there.
Oh,
I
there
was
it is.
there.
Now I
Yeah.
got it. Now
There
I
you go.
got it.
Yeah,
Now I can
that
see.
is a
Okay, so
beautiful.
yeah,
Isn't
now
it
you can
beautiful,
see-
guys? If
can
you
see
love
the-
this place, give it the thumbs up. Tell us where
see
you're
the-
watching from today. With
you can see my gym under that.
Is that what
under
you
that
did
tent.
there? I was
I
wondering
got
what
an
that
outdoor
tent is.
gym now. You can see people by the pool. right?
Yeah,
But it's
awesome.
pretty beautiful around here, huh? It's like wow.
Beautiful. No wonder you're so excited to be there that you forgot that 5 o'clock is 2 o'clock your time now.
Right. All right. Here I'm gonna go find a place to sit here.
Okay, so I'm excited. I'll make sure that you guys claim it. Victoria Teacher's Pet, and we got Babetta Teacher's Pet as well. And Lillian and Nashia, good job. This is your first day. Wonderful. So all of you that are watching while Dr. Fuhrman,
Okay, I'm good now.
You're good. Okay. So I am excited. If you guys have any questions for Dr. Fuhrman, you make sure that you type in a Q. So Lori's watching from Central Texas. Welcome, Lori. Is this your first time? Jen and Barbara, I'm so glad you guys are here. Lillian. Okay. So Dr. Fuhrman, we were talking about, juices versus smoothies.
Right.
Now, when you're having a juice or a smoothie, is it wise to chew before you swallow it? Like mix it with your saliva by chewing that action of chewing. Do you have any theory or have any preference to that?
Not
A lot of
really.
people gulp it down and
Yeah, there is some advantage when you chew a salad because when you're mixing it with your teeth and the bacteria in your teeth, you create a little higher production of nitric oxide, which is a relaxant and a beneficial extra nutrient. But we're still eating a salad in addition to the smoothie. You know what I mean? We're still having they're still chewing a salad. So I don't think it's necessary. I don't think mixing it and swishing it with your saliva.
no, just chewing it. Like if you were chewing it, it's like don't just gulp it down. To take the time and flavor it and feel the flavor.
Yeah, I don't know if biochemically there's going to be a huge advantage to doing that.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Don't forget, because for these people who are ill, with the smoothie, the juice we're giving them is 1/3 cruciferous, and it's 1/3 usually lettuce, like a Boston or a romaine, and it's 1/3 carrot and beet. So it's usually call it 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 to get them full spectrum of nutrients, the high carotenoid, the high level of chlorophylls, and the high level of ITCs or isothiocyanates.
Yeah.
So we're doing it almost like the anti-cancer juicing program added to our regular nutritarian program. And then once they get that basic juice down, we could modify it, adjust it, add lemon, ginger, have an apple for people who don't need it so rich, or we can adjust things to make it taste good. But then keeping in the carrot beet component only 1/3, and there's no fruit in it. So it's only very mildly sweet. It's tolerable, but it has all those really healing properties to get maximal benefits for these people.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you shared that recipe with the 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 with the infection protection that we just recently did as a group that you spoke to us on. And that is a delicious juice. It really is good. I'm
Good, you've had it. You've used it.
Yes, I have.
Good.
Yeah, I have. It was on your that was one of I also, which by the way, I don't know if I told you this, excuse me, the last time you were on, when we did the infection protection, I did your broccoli soup with the 5 cups of carrot juice.
Yes.
And you take it and blend it and put that half of the batch in. Unbelievable. The best broccoli soup I've ever had, ever. It was
Good.
my favorite.
You had it today for lunch. It was funny because that's what we had for lunch today. It was a broccoli soup for lunch.
Well, I made a big batch and I froze it. And so I freeze it the same day after it cools off. And I'm still able to pull it out of the freezer and be able to have the juice again. And I mean, the soup, it is so good. So I want to recommend for those of you who are interested in being told exactly what to eat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and which I was surprised that the collared PBJ, everybody loved that one. How did you come up with that recipe? A collard.
You just take the collards and just blanching it for like, 30 seconds or 20 seconds, dipping in the water, bringing it out. 10 to 15 seconds, it makes it nice and soft to roll it and make it into have like a tortilla roll from the collard greens. It's funny. You're hearing some noise in the background. Those are my chefs who are going to do some of the cooking classes and who did some of these recipes.
You want to show them? Because I met one of them.
There's Henry over there. Let me wait till Victor comes out and I'll swing it around.
Yeah, I think it was Victor who I met.
Yeah, Victor and Henry is both here. When Victor comes out, I'll swing it around so they both.
Yeah, and if it gets a little too loud, you may need to move again. So Dr. Fuhrman, we have some questions.
Henry, is there any chance if you're chopping loudly, could you do in the back? I'm on a radio show. Is there any chance if you're chopping loudly, could you switch to the back room? Thanks so much. Sorry.
That's funny. That's funny. Okay, Dr. Fuhrman, we have Barbara who has 4 questions or 4 Qs. That's how much she wants to be. How important is iodine and how can we get it if we try not to eat salt?
That's an excellent question.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Barbara.
I've been teaching people that they should have a source of iodine in their diet, and the RDI is 150 micrograms. My supplements have 150 micrograms in them because in addition to K2 and vitamin D and B12 and zinc, we want people to take the necessary RDI for iodine since they're not salting their food or eating seaweed or eating seafood. Now, if you don't want to take it in supplemental form, you could take like a pinch of kelp. 1/10 of a teaspoon of kelp has the RDI of 150 micrograms. So and the other seaweeds have different amounts of iodine. You don't have to take a supplement. You could know the amount of iodine in the particular seaweed you're using and use the right amount. The caution here is that you can overdose on iodine if you're taking kelp and using too much kelp. So if you know there's 150 micrograms per 1/10 of a teaspoon, you shouldn't go over 300 micrograms per day. So more than 1/5 of a teaspoon is maximum that you should use to flavor a dish. But I use my supplements, and I know I'm not always having kelp. I'm rarely having kelp in the dish, so I use my supplements daily. So I know I'm getting 150 micrograms in every single day through the supplements.
So what about some salt hacks? So, that seems to be what people kind of are concerned. I've learned to love my food without salt, but once in a while I'll put some sea salt on it, just like on top of it. Once the food is prepared and served, I might just put a little. I don't cook with it. I don't do anything like that, but I might just put a little bit.
Not even. No, it's 2,200 milligrams per teaspoon. So even 1/10 of a teaspoon is still too much. So
no, I don't even put that. I just put a little sprinkle of it. No, I don't. I don't use salt at all.
What we've usually in some of the recipes, we use a teaspoon of coconut aminos per serving, which is about 100 milligrams of sodium. Most of the dishes we make for myself and here at the guests, we only use 1 teaspoon for every 2 people. So only using half a teaspoon of coconut aminos in a particular dish that we want to bring out a salty flavor. That only adds 50 milligrams of salt to the dish, but it tastes really salty. The coconut aminos give it a great flavor. That's much better than the soy aminos, because those are like soy sauce. They can have 300 milligrams per teaspoon or 900 per tablespoon, like low sodium soy sauces. So way too high. So, and keep in mind, everybody, that when we avoid salt, our taste for salt gets so much stronger. And a little bit of salt or a little bit of flavor from celery, a little bit from the vegetables, from the spinach, from the coconut aminos, it tastes really salty to us. So the more salt you use, the more you deaden your taste for salt. And people don't realize that salt causes chronic microvascular hemorrhaging and chronic inflammation to the endothelium over a lifetime, weakening your blood vessels, increasing the propensity of having a hemorrhagic stroke and having a blood burst in your brain. It's not only the effect in raising blood pressure that makes it so bad. Even if you have normal blood pressure, you're still destroying the interior lining of your blood vessels with excess salt intake. And it's amazing when you're used to eating a very low, extremely low salt diet, you're not excreting sodium in your urine, and you're not excreting sodium in your sweat.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not sweating out sodium. So now when you play tennis, go for a run, climb a mountain, work in the garden in the high heat, and you're sweating, you're not going to have your electrolytes drop because your body is used to holding on to sodium. It's only these people eating a lot of salt that push out salt out of the body and get a cramp in their leg, or they feel fatigued, or they get, because their sodium's going all the way up and down all the time. Ours is always staying at the good level because our body's good at holding on to it because they're not putting high levels in the body. So you have much more stable amount of sodium. But when you first go on a low salt nutritarian diet, you may temporarily feel fatigued over the first week and become a little hyponatremic because your kidneys haven't shut down their high sodium excretion yet, and you're still pouring out a lot of sodium at the beginning because the body still thinks you're on a high sodium diet.
Wow. It's amazing. It's amazing how the body is just always compensating for us.
Right.
Always. Okay, so we have another question, and this is from Victoria. She wants to know how to access your PBS special. She could never, she's not been able to find it.
I don't know.
I want to see it because apparently I'm in it too.
Yeah. You know, I know it plays on the PBS station. In September, they'll start playing again. I don't know if you can just access it on the internet, the special. I think you have to watch it on television on PBS channels.
Do you want me to reach out to Heidi and find out?
Yeah, maybe she could, you know, I think it would take us, you know, each PBS station will show my show at a different time and they'll have it scheduled in the book. We'd have to call that particular PBS station, or this person can in their area, and ask them when the Dr. Fuhrman, you know, special, Food is Medicine.
Yeah.
When is it? Is that the name of the show? I think so.
I just know that it was phenomenal. It was a lot of fun to do. It was nice to be there and see all the success stories.
Yeah, all they have to do is ask the local PBS station. They'll say when it's scheduled to be played again.
But you can donate and get your own copy, right?
That's right. If you call the station, you can make a donation, and they will send you the tapes, the DVDs, including the tape of the show, without seeing it. But most people like to see the show before they're going to do that. But yes, they can order it from PBS. It's definitely a PBS product. We can't sell it or show it. It's made to raise money to keep PBS stations afloat and alive. That's why it's made.
Yeah. So Dr. Fuhrman, we want to know, I think it was, let me see. Jen wants to know, what are the best sources of calcium?
The best sources of calcium are green vegetables, like broccoli. You know, so a nutritarian diet is the best way to get your calcium. The nutritarian diet is rich in green vegetables. And I'm saying we should be eating, you know, our lunch should be a big salad and a bowl of vegetable bean soup, and it should have some cooked green vegetables with some raw green vegetables. And at dinner time, it should be some raw vegetables with a dip, like snow pea pods or raw broccoli or red peppers with a dip, and then which have calcium in them. There's calcium in the dip too, with the sesame seeds, and seeds are high in calcium. And then you have a cooked vegetable dish with your dinner, a wok vegetable dish with bok choy is very high in calcium, broccoli, cabbage, you know, snow pea pods, water chestnuts, bamboo shoots. We have a big wok Thai vegetable dish. There's a lot of calcium in that too. Everything we eat has calcium in it, but particularly when we're mixing the nuts and seeds with the greens, with the, you know, with this whole diet gives you a good calcium richness at every meal. We're eating some raw and some cooked with lunch, and some raw and some cooked with dinner as well.
Very good. Okay. So now Lillian, my namesake, has a question too. She says, for someone that is 80 pounds plus overweight, walking is the easiest exercise for me right now. How long do you recommend, and how many times a week? I guess she's talking about exercise, walking.
Well, I have to preface that with saying you lose weight in the kitchen. You can't exercise 80 pounds off you. And also, it's hard to walk with an extra 80 pounds on your body. How much walking could you do when you're carrying 80 pounds on your back? So the point is that you can drop the 80 pounds as fast as you want. We can dial it into 20 pounds a month or 10 pounds a month, and you can get it off you and not have that problem. And it's good if you walk, but you have to make sure you're using a good sort. With all that weight, We want to make sure you're in a good soft shoe with good cushioning, like a hookah, H-O-K-A, which gives you added cushioning. We want to make sure you maybe have an orthotic in the shoe that you're not pronated, because you can hurt your knees and your back for all that. If you're walking, 3 to 5 miles a day with all that weight, we don't want to damage your knees, your back, your hips.
What was the name of your orthotic that you love that we did that show of the Dr.
Power
Furman's
Step Pinnacle Max. You get a Power Step. It costs like $40 on Amazon. You put it in your hookah or a good cushion sneaker. These hookah sneakers are really great cushion. The hookah Bondi has the most cushioning, and the people can then do walking, but they really can't expect the walking to be the main thing that loses weight. That's a failed way of doing it. It's not.
Well, I think she's primarily asking about weight, exercising with her weight, and
with
how
her weight.
often
She's got it. She wants to exercise what she can do with comfort, and even just walking shouldn't be the only thing she does.
Yeah.
Because she should do also things for other parts of the body too. We might as well use other members of our baseball team. But every muscle you use burns calories. She could work against the, we call the motion isometrics. She could do some abdominal work, some back work, some work on the ground, some type of side movement. I like people to shuffle back and forth. I like them to sidestep a little bit, because when you build those muscles in your glute, it helps slim your waist. That means they're doing these steps where they're, going, just shuffling from side to side. Shuffle one way, stop. Shuffle the other way, stop. Shuffle the other way, stop. Just moving a little bit side to side, and then stepping in front and stepping back to the side and stepping behind.
Whoa. And there he goes. Okay. And we lost him. Thanks a lot. There we go. So he'll come back. Knowing Dr. Fuhrman, he'll be back. Okay. In the meantime, let me take advantage of this, because many of you have been asking about the Bible study with Dr. Lorraine Day. And we are going to, on Monday, if you go to whenyouneedafriend.com now, you'll be able to go in and register. You'll be able to go and register, and we'll have information. And on the 3rd, you'll be able to early registration at a lesser rate than the $60. So please know that that's working, that you can do that as of now. If you go on to whenyouneedafriend.com, it'll be popped up. You can put your name on there. And then please remember to register to get into the.
Am I back, Lily?
Yes, you are. You are. Those were some great moves.
You know what happened? I had my computer on a pillow, on like one of these couch pillows, and it fell on the floor when I moved the floor. What a mess this we're doing. Anyway, so I was showing the move.
This is my favorite. This is so far my favorite show.
So I was showing you that I want them to step in front, step behind, step to the side, step in front, step to the side, step in back, step to the side, step in front. I want to do the other foot, step to the side, step in front, step to the side, step in back. I want them to move sideways and stop, move sideways, stop. I want them to hop sideways, step, hop sideways, wide, step. I want them to do those sideways motions, so they're not just walking, and then they can do the rest of their body as well. But in any case, they should know the skeleton of their diet. They want to do weight loss. Don't forget, lunch is the big meal of the day. It's a big salad with a healthy dressing, a bowl of vegetable bean soup, and a piece of fruit. The salad has sprouts on it and cooked mushrooms on it, and some cruciferous and tomatoes and scallions and onions. And so they have that big raw salad. And we already said that dinner, if you're in this aggressive weight loss program, the dinner is obvious. This is how you're going to get the weight off. You're not going to eat thimble-sized portions of food, because you can't sustain that for many months and be satisfied. You want to do something that you could sustain long-term. So eating larger amounts of food. So make delicious dinner dishes with, eggplant and mushrooms and onions and cauliflower, and we wok vegetables together with water, with a delicious Thai curry sauce, and you have a delicious eggplant or a hummus or a salsa dip. So we're doing things that taste good, are low in calories, are high in fiber, are filling, so people can eat robust amounts of food while not taking in that much calories and still feel really satisfied.
Yeah. And another thing, Dr. Fuhrman, this is a great opportunity to jumpstart, those 80 pounds with your boot camp as well. So for those of you who go to whenyouneedafriend.com, go to the shopping bag there, just go scroll a little bit down. You'll see the shop now with Lily, and you'll see the boot camp on there. It's $2.99. We confirmed it, Dr. Fuhrman, and it's August 10th through 14th. What should people expect during this time when they get started? Do you have a kickoff conversation with them, or is the space limited?
No, the first night is 90 minutes, at least 90 minutes with me, giving them all the how to do this and all the science and all the motivational tips.
Mhm.
And then so you get 2 of those 90-minute programs with me plus a Q&A session also. And then I have other people helping me. I have the chefs here at the retreat doing a program where I'm going to be part of it. They're going to be doing a lot of recipe right here in the kitchen. And then we have my exercise person who's going to be with me together. We're going to be doing a lot of showing them some of the exercises I want them to do and going over what, and we're trying to make it so they can repeat this pattern, get into a repetition of doing this same thing every day, and build something that they can sustain and do for the next 6 months, 8 months, 12 months. They can really take this time and know exactly how to lose lots of weight and keep it off the rest of their life and get the psychological help and the camaraderie that they need. And if we're doing it, we're going to cram this into a short period of time, but there's going to be that continuity after we're done.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. So, Dr. Fuhrman, I've got a lot of questions for you. Lynn wants to know about Himalayan salt. Is it better than the other salts? I added that part.
Yeah, sure. All the salts are 2,200 milligrams per teaspoon, not per tablespoon. Over 2,000 milligrams per teaspoon. So whether it's Himalayan salt or whether it came from the Rock of Gibraltar or the bottom of the sea or the back of the moon, it doesn't matter because you're still poisoning yourself with excessive sodium. That kind of nonsensical way of thinking, because there's a little bit of minerals in the salt, it's not going to be dangerous anymore. It's the amount of salt you're taking in. It's not doing little minerals in the salt. Eat a bite of lettuce with it. You have some minerals. You'll have more minerals. Take the regular cheap salt and add a teaspoon of lettuce with it. Does that make the salt harmless now? Because you took some minerals from the lettuce with the salt. The fact that some minerals in the salt doesn't make salt no longer toxic. It's killing people. What I'm saying right now is this: that a leading cause of death in meat and cheese eaters are heart attacks and strokes. And the strokes they get are largely ischemic strokes. A leading cause of death in plant eaters and vegans is hemorrhagic stroke. That's because the cholesterol lining the inside and the outside, the fat on both sides of the vessel, protect the fragile vessels in the brain from splitting open from pressure. But when you're on a diet where you don't have a lot of plaque in your blood vessel causing clots, then the vessel doesn't have the extra support of the fat on both sides of it. And then you get weakened endothelium from salt eating. Mm-hmm. Then the vessel breaks open and you die of a hemorrhagic stroke. And people with low cholesterol are at higher risk of hemorrhagic stroke than people with a high cholesterol. People on plant-based diets in Asian countries that eat a lot of salt are one of the leading causes of death, and the 10 times higher risk of hemorrhagic stroke. They're not eating all the meat and cheese and bacon. And so if you improve your diet, you're not at lower risk of this hemorrhagic stroke if you're still going to put salt in. If you're not, you got to reduce the salt dramatically as you improve your diet if you want to cut out all types of strokes. Yeah, so it's the Achilles heel of these plant-based eaters who still salt their foods. They're still hurting themselves, even though they're not eating meat and cheese and bacon anymore.
That's a great visual. I mean, many of us think that because we're eating a certain way, you can have a risk. You can take a little bit more chance with certain things, but the reality is salt is salt, sugar is sugar, oil is oil. And
what is all this eating all this diet change and not eating all the meat and lamb chops and spare ribs and everything, and then you're going to still die of a stroke at the same time. It'll be a hemorrhagic stroke instead of an ischemic stroke. Instead of a heart attack, you're going to have a stroke. Or instead of getting Alzheimer's, now you're going to get, instead of getting, you get some other kind of dementia. Now you get brain shrinkage dementia from fatty acid deficiency instead of the blockage or the atherosclerotic dementia. The whole thing, they switch to a different illness. They're not going to be healthier unless they do everything right. You got to watch the salt. You got to make sure that you have adequate exposure to omega-3 fats, especially DHA for the brain.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So Dr. Fuhrman, Camilla was late. So she's sitting on the second row, not the first row. And so she wants to know.
Cabela?
The what?
I said, is that Camilla Cabela?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's okay. So she said she missed the beginning and she has hypothyroidism and she was wondering if small amount of kelp or coconut amino. Okay. You had mentioned kelp at the beginning.
Yes. Whether they have hypothyroidism or not, everybody still requires some iodine in their diet. Mm-hmm. Now, too little iodine can cause a problem with your thyroid, and too much iodine can cause a problem with your thyroid. So, but whether your thyroid is shot dead, doesn't produce thyroid hormone anymore or not, it doesn't matter. we still need 150 micrograms of iodine a day. We still want to be in that 100 to 300 range. The RDI of 150 is a good amount, and that's what you should be taking whether you have hypothyroidism or not. So don't take too much, don't take too little, and if you use kelp, make sure not to take too much. And, obviously our supplements and most supplements have the RDI, which is 150 micrograms.
Now, your supplement that you do, is it a drop that you put on your skin, or is it a tablet, or how does your supplement work?
My women's multi or men's multi, and we have a prenatal with iron in it too, but our multis are powdered in a capsule. And so you swallow the capsule, and they contain a lot of they don't just have the iodine, they have the B12 that people need on plant-based diets. They have the K2 and the zinc and the vitamin D and all the other things. Well, the reason what makes mine unique and why I designed them and why I have them is because I don't want people taking folic acid and acetyl and retinol palmitate, vitamin A derivatives, and isolated vitamin E fragments and beta carotene. I don't want them taking these synthetic ingredients in conventional supplements that increase risk of cancer. Mm-hmm. I'm suggesting that most supplements people are taking have dangerous additives and dangerous components, and the most dangerous component is folic acid, which promotes breast and prostate cancer. So mine particularly are free. What makes it particularly unique, and not only that's food derived and non-synthetic, but it's also that I do not put in it those things that most vitamins have in them that I think that the science shows is harmful.
Yeah. So Dr. Fuhrman, I think it's
better taken from food. Something you shouldn't be supplementing. You should get them. The folate should be from food, not from a supplement.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So we have other questions here. Okay. So we have a question or maybe a challenge to come up with a good recipe. She said, Jen says that she has a huge bowl of cherry plum tomatoes from her garden, and she wants to know what would be a good recipe for the cherry plum tomatoes.
Well, why don't you make a tomato watermelon salad? Cut the cherry tomatoes in quarters or halves, and mix it with little chunked watermelon with scallion, some red onion, and a little bit of watercress or a little bit of sprouts mixed in there. Make a watermelon tomato salad, really nice. That's
nice. That sounds really good. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, please feel free to ask question too, and make sure that that the T20 or the Transformation 20 Emergency Diet Program, it will be yours, but you need to claim it. So claim it where you're at in the comment section. Then text me at 407-373-5959. Let me know that you want this book. Send me your email address. Text me your email address. We will put your name in a winner's basket, and pick 4 names. You can also join Dr. Fuhrman in the weight loss boot camp starting August 10th through 14th. And not only that, this could be a free program for you if you lose or if you release 5 BMI points or 30 pounds in 6 months. Did you keep it off in 6 months, right, Dr. Fuhrman?
Right. It's about 30 pounds, but yeah, it's 5 BMI points. You have to have it stayed off you for the 6 months. You don't win the lose for 6 months. We have to lose the weight and keep it off.
Yes. And so, and then you're going to be sending pictures and making sure that you stay connected with your group. And then you get $500 of points or money to spend on drfuhrman.com. So this is really exciting. So I know that you guys are claiming this. So go ahead, keep claiming it. Go ahead, Dr. Fuhrman. What were you going to add?
I forgot to put a little passion fruit vinegar into that watermelon cherry.
That passion fruit is good. Yes.
Yeah. So sometimes, like for lunch today, we give people here like a little soda, really healthy soda. We just put a little passion fruit vinegar in with some carbonated water. It's like you're drinking this incredibly delicious champagne, or a little bit of the pomegranate balsamic with some splash of that carbonated water, and you're drinking some delicious wine. It's like it's almost as if we have these incredible drinks that taste good, that are 1 or 2 calories, taste phenomenal. It's hard to even describe how good it tastes unless you've tried it yourself, because just thinking vinegar and carbonated water, how could that be so good? But you got to try to taste these vinegars. It's
really good. We had some of the pomegranate and some fizzy water, and it was really good. I do that here, but I don't do it with vinegar. I've never even thought of doing it with vinegar.
You got to
So-
try the passion fruit vinegar in the carbonated water. That is like amazing too.
No, I think did you do that one when we were there? Was it
No, I gave you the balsamic, the pomegranate balsamic in the carbonated water when you were here.
Oh, so you have the vinegar.
No, I gave you the pomegranate balsamic vinegar in carbonated water when you were here, but the passion fruit vinegar.
Oh, passion fruit.
The passion fruit vinegar. We have it on the website in the carbonated. It's great for adding to salads, but when you just have it in carbonated water, it makes an incredible drink.
Yes, it was really, it's really good to go, no alcohol. And these are different ways that you can hack the brain, like Dr. Fuhrman said, the salt is so dangerous. You can hack the brain. There's certain ways. I know that I put a lot of lemon in my food, and that gives you that salty taste as well. Dr. Fuhrman said the liquid coconut aminos. There's so many different ways to hack the brain, and that is a good one with the pomegranate, the passion fruit, and some fizzy water. It's really good. Some Perrier. It's very, very good. Okay, Dr. Fuhrman. If you are claiming it, you also need to text me at 407-373-5959. So if you're claiming it, listening on podcast, or if you're listening somewhere else, please claim it. Now, I want to remind you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com. Please subscribe to the channel and check out my sponsors as well. I want to make this as quick as possible because I want to get as many questions in for Dr. Fuhrman. And so make sure that you subscribe to my website. If you want to get this boot camp, go to my little shopping bag, Shop with Lily, and that's a way that you can help out the classroom. And so go to the shop now, and then hey, you'll get money back. You'll get money back when you release that 30 pounds, that 5 BMI, it'll cost you nothing, and you get all the help from Dr. Fuhrman. So purchase it on my website at whenyouneedafriend.com. That helps out the classroom as well. And as well, check out my sponsors like Nori Nutraceuticals, which is Nutritional Oncology Research Institute, Keep Me Safe Organics Worldwide, which keeps all the pesticides and chemicals, synthetics, and all organic beauty products. Also check out First Alternative Care. And by the way, we're going to be having a class, I think it's next week, and we're going to bring down the First Alternative Care to a low amount just for the followers of the Lillian McDermott radio show classroom. So stay tuned for next week. That's going to be really, really good. The pharmacy in Merritt Island, Live Longer Medical, and of course, ground therapy and brain tap. Those are so important to the classroom because whenever you invest in them, you're really investing in the classroom. And as always, you can become an enrolled student, and we could use your donations because these are difficult times for sponsors as well. So if you can help out as a student in the classroom, we will certainly appreciate it. Like and follow all the social media, like and follow me, and BitChute. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, BitChute, and all the different places. So with that in mind, today we have Dr. Fuhrman in the classroom. Oh, and remember, we're going to be doing our absolutely wonderful Bible study with Dr. Lorraine Day. So check out that. Our early registration is August 3rd. So check that. I know all of you like Dr. Lorraine Day, and we're going to be studying, it's the New Truth series, the book of Revelation. So check it out. So Dr. Fuhrman, we got lots of questions. Is there anything else you want to add about the program, the boot camp?
Well, it's just there's also professional guidance with food addiction and emotional overeating and the personality things they can work on to make themselves happier, and the mindfulness training that is required to make you no longer be a food addict or emotional overeater. So it's not just about what to eat. It's not just about the recipes. It's about the extra underlying cause of your overweightness, of why people overweight, that if it's not addressed, you're not going to succeed long term. And just to add, there's no benefit to losing weight rapidly or losing weight at all if you're going to gain it back again.
Correct.
The only benefit is if you keep it off. So that's the focus is on all of my emergency weight loss programs. They're talking about, yes, you can do this quickly. Yes, we can turn around your health really fast. Yes, we can get you out of the hospital even and save your life. But you got to now learn stuff with us and stick with what we're teaching you and make it and learn and change the way you think. And that's with all the information and the homework assignments And what people are going to get from us, myself and my professional staff, is going to add to all that to come together to what the person needs.
Yeah, very good, very good. So, Dr. Fuhrman, we have another question, and I think you just answered it, which is what is the fastest way to reduce blood sugar?
The fastest, the emergency weight loss program is made for these kind of things, to get your weight down and to stop eating, the things that would raise your blood sugar. But the most important thing is to become thin and to eat right, and then to exercise. Usually do some exercise between lunch and between breakfast and lunch, and between lunch and dinner. If whether you eat 2 meals a day or 3 meals a day, you can eat, 2 regular sized meals and 1 light meal, or just 2 regular sized meals and 2 meals a day. And so the best way to do this is do a nutritarian program. I have a book called The End of Diabetes, and we have our T20 Diabetes Reversal Guide, which also gives you shopping lists and the diet programs and everything to do this. So it makes it a no-brainer, so simple, what to buy, what to eat at each meal. And the emergency weight loss program, which part of that emergency weight loss program comes from my book, of course, Eat for Life. It says an emergency weight loss skeleton right there in the book. But now we've taken it and embellished it and made it really a full program with its own program booklet that people can buy to get them get started on this. So they can start on this immediately.
Yeah.
Get going on this and get rid of their diabetes. And I'm saying to you and saying to everybody, don't continue to have diabetes. Get rid of your diabetes. And that means do what you have to do to get your blood sugars down and get off the medications, because the medications are going to kill you.
Yes, absolutely. And that was the question. We did a class on this one time. It's like, if you don't have medication, if there was no medication for diabetes or stroke or high blood pressure or cholesterol, what would you do differently? What would you do differently? And that's the question we need to ask. And instead of feeling like we're giving up something, is we're embracing something. We're embracing health. And so I love the fact that you incorporate a spirit, mind, body approach to releasing weight, not just losing it, because we all know what we do when we lose our keys. We try to find it. And a lot of people find that comfort again by gaining that weight back. So we're releasing weight. We're going to release it, not do anything else.
Giving it away for good.
You're living it away for good. Let somebody else do it. Okay. So let's see. We got some more questions here.
And this is so much fun and so delicious, and your taste buds really, not only do you learn how to enjoy the recipes, but emotionally and intellectually, you start to value what you're eating, the beauty, the healing properties of the food, the fact that it tastes great and it's good for you. And you start to feel good about yourself for what you're accomplishing. So it really helps you emotionally as well. And you appreciate and are grateful for the way the foods are healing you on the inside out as you're losing the weight, and they're tasting good. And it's just a wonderful, the aesthetic structure and the beauty of nature, is miraculous healing powers of these real foods.
Yes, absolutely. So Dr. Fuhrman, will Transformation 20 Emergency Weight Loss Program be on your website? Well, actually you get it through, make sure you go through whenyouneedafriend.com, get it from there, because it'll help out the classroom. But are you going to use this book for people who register for the boot camp, or will it be available as an individual standalone?
Both. They get it for free as part of the boot camp, but you can also buy it as a standalone once the boot camp is over.
Okay, once it's over. Or you can get it here by claiming it, making sure that you text me at 407-373-5959. We're giving away 4 of these books and 1 for me. Anyway, I love your books. I love the recipes, because, every single one, whether it's the diabetes book or it's the infection protection or the 10-20 transformation.
But you have a big problem, Lily. You have a big problem.
What is my problem?
You're not heavy enough to lose the 5 BMI points. So you can't win the prize.
Oh, well, I win the prize because I eat nutritarian anyway. So.
So you're going to have to gain some weight so you can lose it.
No, I'm good. As a matter of fact, I really enjoyed the food from the infection protection program that you did, because it wasn't about weight loss. It was just about building up nutrition. And
right.
I still have many of those from the original time that I did in the freezer. I mean, I love batch cooking. And I'm a very busy woman, and I'm sure you're busy too. And all of us are busy. But if you're going to make a meal, make it twice as big and wait till it cools off, put it in the freezer. And instead of buying TB meals or whatever those fast foods that you get in the freezer in your grocery store, why not get a nutritarian meal from your own freezer? You know, there's no salt, you know, there's no preservatives, you know, it's natural. It's just so good. It's just, you're so good about that. I love all this. Okay. So I think I've got all the questions. If I did not see your question, it's because it didn't come in. So let me quickly scroll up and see that I got them all. I'm going to check on, okay. Okay. The pay for the boot camp is $299. So that was another question that was there. Jen, what is the best exercise routine? Oh, by the way, I heard that you did a video on bone strength.
Yeah, which one was that? Yeah, I did one. Let's see. I have one on the website. Yeah, I must have an exercise.
Yeah, somebody was talking about you were doing some like, is it chair exercises? Is it for people that are heavier? Do you have exercise?
Yes, I have the Osteo Protection for Life program, which has a little booklet and a video that I made a few years back. The Osteo Protection for Life. And every once in a while, I'm doing some for the members. I'm doing some NutriTalk or video, and I did something, for my members of the website who join and we talk about exercises on the discussions. Maybe they're talking about that, or maybe they're talking about the video, the package that I have.
Oh, well, anyway, if you go to Dr. Fuhrman's if you want to go to this boot camp, you can go to whenyouneedafriend.com and click on my little shopping bag, click on the boot camp. There you'll have all the information that you need there. Right next to that, you can click on the food if you're interested in buying some of the vinegars or some of the different, like the tasty bars that he has as well. And and I have been promoting your chocolate cream pie, Dr. Fuhrman, from the Eat to Live Quick and Easy. Oh, delicious. Love that one. Okay, guys. Thank you so much, Dr. Fuhrman. Thank you all for asking questions. Make sure that you keep whatever questions are not asked. We'll get them next time. Please remember, we'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. This is Lillian McDermott and Dr. Joel Fuhrman wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever. Make sure you claim it. 407-373-5959. Claim it.
The opinions and advice expressed on the Lillian McDermott radio show are intended for the individual callers and guests on the program and are presented to our wider audience solely for general educational purposes. Please act responsibly and consult personally with your own medical, psychological, or nutritional expert before taking any steps to improve your life.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so Dr. Fuhrman is no longer in the classroom, and it's just us. And I want to let you know that we are doing a juice cleanse starting on the 7th of August. So August 7th is going to be our juice cleanse. If you want to be a part of it, I have a pamphlet that Dr. Jennifer Gramuth has given me so that we can all be on the same page and how to prepare for this. So you heard some of the things that Dr. Fuhrman said and how important juicing is. And although I don't eat nutritarian because I want to release weight, I want to stay healthy, and I want to play with my grandchildren. I want to play with my great-grandchildren. Our second great-grandchild is on the way, and we're really excited about that. I want to be able to play and see them graduate and be healthy until I take my last breath, because I think everybody wants to just be able to just go to sleep one night when you've lived a good life, old age, and just not wake up because you just died of natural causes. And so that's my wish for anybody. Okay, so I see that there's a question. Let's see. Jen, if you're claiming it, and Dot, I saw that you claimed it as well. Let's see who else claimed it. And Lynn is claiming it. Let's see who's claiming it down here, because you got to claim it on the comment section, and then you text me your email address, because we will email you this book, because it's probably going to be a PDF. So that's 407. Oh, there we go. 407. Okay. I'm sure that was Jen. 407-373-5959. Where else can you go and have such a superstar, a rock star like Dr. Fuhrman, and you're able to ask these questions, you can also go to the Heal Tribe. There's so many different things that we're doing to stay healthy together. We have the Heal Tribe that we can work together and be support with one another, share your pictures. Even though we embrace a nutritarian lifestyle, as you know, if you're unwilling to give up meat, you can still be nutritarian and have 5 to 10%. Show us those pictures too. You know, we want to be about health. And you heard what he said about salt. And that's the same thing about sugar as well. So with that in mind, let me see, I'm seeing some other questions come in. I want to check out YouTube to see if you guys are claiming some stuff here. Fruit is amazing, full of nutrients and tastes so good. So that's Subdued Light. Thank you so much for coming on today. I hope everyone is well and been enjoying. You've been in good. Okay. What is Joel's favorite fruit? I think he loves blueberries. He loves all berries because that's part of the G bombs, but maybe I'll ask him next time he comes on. And I must admit, cheesecake is pretty good. I forgot, I only eat a bit. Okay, so you can make something very cheesy and make something that tastes I posted it yesterday because I've posted it so many times. It's my go-to, like when people come over and you get exposed to the Dr. Fuhrman's chocolate cream pie. I used to have a good chocolate pie that I used to do for the people loved it, but the crust on this chocolate cream pie is to live for. The cream is avocado, module dates, and it also has cashews. And it is so good. You don't have to die. You don't have to, people say, oh, this is to die for. Yeah, they're right. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I always give people food that is to live for. And that is something that I want to encourage all of you to do. So if you have weight to release, or if you just want to be healthy, claim it. Claim it. 407-373-5959. So I told you already about the juice cleanse that we're doing with Dr. Jennifer Gramuth. You need to email me at lily@whenyouneedafriend.com. That's LILLY at whenyouneedafriend.com. And the reason you need to email me is that tell me you're in. We're going to be Zooming every day. I made a commitment for 7 days, and Dr. Gramuth made a commitment for 30 days. So on the 7th day, I'll make a commitment for another 7 days. I don't know. I've never done a juice cleanse longer than 7 days. So I am committing to 7 days. That's what I'm committing to. And the day we start, I'm going to be traveling. So I don't know how that's going to work. So say a prayer for me, and we'll pray for each other. So also there's some new comments. Let me see on Facebook. Let me go down to the comment. Let's see. I claim that good. Okay, so Lynn is claiming. What is it? When I keep going on there. Okay, Lynn is claiming it. Good job. Will transformation 20. Okay, we saw that one already. Claiming it. What is the Heal Tribe? Oh, HEAL stands for. I'm an acronym queen. I love acronyms. So I created the HEAL Tribe. Healthy eating and living. So although we focus on food, but really, you know what? It's healthy eating and living. So you know what I would like to see? I think it was Lillian. I don't know who was it. Lillian, that you said that you wanted to do some exercises. I want you to post on the HEAL Tribe, you walking. I want all of us to show ourselves let's catch ourselves doing healthy things. That is a totally free website to go to. It is, it's called Heal Tribe, Healthy Eating and Living. And so you should be able, there should be a link. Robert, oh no, Robert's not even on there. I will link it afterwards. I'll just put the Heal Tribe. And also for those of you who want to be a part of Dr. Lorraine Day's, it's New Truths series, and it's the Book of Revelation. It's a 12-week program. It's $60 for the 12 weeks. And Dr. Day is donating the proceeds of it's a donation to the classroom because she knows that we need to expand, and she's so generous. And so so she's donating the whatever the donations of $60. But here's the thing, this is how it all works out, you know. Take advantage of the early bird special. So early registration starts Monday, August 3rd, $47, and space is limited. So make sure that you get, and I know there's a lot of people already that have said they want to be a part of this, learning experience with Dr. Lorraine Day. She's going to be talking every Monday. So this one will be for Monday from 7 p.m. Eastern time to 8:30. She'll be giving her lecture. And from 8:30 to 9 o'clock Eastern time, again, PM, she will be taking questions about the lesson. If you go to whenyounneedafriend.com, there'll be a pop-up. And if you want to check it out, I think all the lessons are, the chapters and everything each week and what it's going to be about. That may change a little bit as time goes on and as we start experiencing it with Dr. Lorraine Day, and who's also vegan. So she will be giving out we will be giving out handouts. So you don't have to worry about taking lots of notes. You can write little extra notes on your handouts. So we're going to make this experience as easy as possible, as enjoyable as possible. There's also going to be a New Truth series private group for everybody who pays for the Bible study. And that'll be for us to be able to communicate with one another. And then there's going to be a private group. It's going to be Zoom, and the course is going to be recorded. And everybody who is a part of this program will also have the recording and the audio, I believe. So if you don't want to watch it, you can hear it. So we're going to be doing a lot for that $47 or $60, depending on how quickly you register for this class. So spread the word, because you want all your friends to join, because you want like-minded people. Whenever you say to somebody that wants to stick their head in the ground, gosh, these are tough times. These are, is this the end of time? And if people are saying, I don't want to hear about it, I don't want to talk about it, but at least be prepared. What does God say? What does God say about the end of times? That's what apparently is the book of Revelation. And so I hope that you will join us. And Linda, I'm glad that you're claiming the T20. And so make sure you text it too. You got to text it 407-373-5959. Text me your email address. Okay, that's it for now. If no more questions, I'm going to be getting off shortly. So let me check before I go. Let me check YouTube. Okay. I went shopping without a mask yesterday. I put my head up and shoulders straight. I stormed around, and it was just introduced last week in the UK. Oh, you're listening from the UK. Wonderful. No one said anything. Staff, very nice. You see, you just got to be bold, be brave. Today I went to Walmart and they told me that I needed to put on a mask. Again, I said, no, they said that you don't have to. It's not mandatory. And they said, oh, no, it's mandatory. I showed them my letter, and I went and I spoke to the manager. And I said, listen, it was announced that all the stores that said it was going to be mandatory have backed down because there's a lot of people that are being hurt by this rule. And after 14 days of wearing masks all the time, nothing's changed. It's not the mask. This is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call. It's time to get healthy. When I went to Costco that day and I was looking around, people in wheelchairs, people in trolleys, like electrical trolleys, putting like Lucky Charms in their basket, putting lots of bread and lots of, things that are hurting them. Processed foods are full of sodium. So I'm glad that you took a stand and you were brave about this. And, we don't know what we don't know. Are these the end of times? Is this really truly about the virus, or is it about control? We don't know. All we can do is be you. Just be you. Be you. And be kind about it. Don't fight about it. be kind about it. If somebody tells you to wear a mask and you can negotiate not having to wear a mask, that's great. If they tell you must wear a mask and you don't want to be there, there are other options for you. So it's not about fighting. Oh, and I want to invite you to go to the I Am 99. I Am 99 is about the 99% that has been broken down by the 1% of the 1%. So every time there's a division, the 99% goes to 45%, to 25%, to 12%, to 6%, to 3%, to 1%, to 0. So that 1% can control us if we're fighting amongst ourselves. So we had our first meeting we had our first meeting in the tribe, the 99, I Am 99, and it was wonderful. We came up with some decisions. So at 5 o'clock, wherever you're at, stop and do Ho'oponopono. So go check out the video. We did a video for our first meeting, and it was fabulous. So the Ho'oponopono is for our leaders, for people that are fighting for each other. And the 4 statements are, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. I even posted that on I Am 99. I Am 99 is not political. It's about differences of opinion coming together for one cause, to protect our freedom, to love one another, so that we can make informed choices. So that's what I Am 99 is about. And so I want to encourage you to go to I Am 99, Heal Tribe, join the Bible study. That is another thing that came out of that. We've got to know, be prepared, be safe, be prepared. Is this the end of time? What does God say about the end of time? So I hope that you join us on all these different things. So good. Lynn, you sent an email to Lily@whenyounneedafriend.com. Is that for the juicing, or do you want to join the Bible study? So there's so many different ways. Let's bring love in such a chaotic world. It's the only thing we can do right now, because it seems like this so much killing and fighting amongst ourselves, and we just need to stop the fighting, and we need to listen to one another. And so I Am 99 is a safe place where everybody can go to, regardless if you're white, black, orange, blue, green, yellow. It doesn't matter if you love Trump, hate Trump, love Democratic Party. We've got to be seeing that things aren't right. And so we just need to come together with one voice, one intention, and pray for that love on this earth, because right now that's what we need. I wrote an article called Love is the Answer to All Our Problems. And so whatever is happening out there and you're seeing is a reflection on how you're feeling inside. And by the way, I don't know if I shared this with you already, but my little wingless LB took its final breath a couple days ago, and he waited for me to give him, I was about to give him some breakfast or some honey water. And he fluttered his wings. He waited for me, and he fluttered his wings, and then he curled up and he was gone. And I knew he was gone. I knew these were going to be these kind of last days, but that LB taught me so much, about how things don't have to be the way we think they need to look. And that's why I want to know what God says about the end of times. And I hope you will join us. I hope all of you will join us. Anyway, that's it for me right now. I'm glad that we had this time with Dr. Fuhrman, although it was the craziest Dr. Fuhrman class we've ever had. Lots of noise, lots of stuff going on, but I'm glad that we made it through, and that he is so committed to this classroom and helping us out. So please go to the Shop Now bag. Please text me. Got lots of things to do. Do it now. It's called Ohio. Only handle it once. Do it now so you'll remember to do it. Okay? So we'll see you soon. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to be live on Awaken Atlanta at 8:30 Eastern time in the morning. 8:30 Eastern time in the morning. I'm going to be talking about I Am 99. We're also going to have at I think it's 5 o'clock tomorrow, we're going to have Live Longer Medical. And so I hope that you will tune in for the 8:30 in the morning with Awaken Atlanta, and also later on with Live Longer Medical. We'll see you. Love you guys. Bye. This is where I say bye. There you go. Bye.